Stop me if you've heard this one before. Congress comes back from a long summer break and it's got a big to-do list. Among the key items, oh yeah, a funding deadline to keep the government open. And if you don't do that, well, there's a shutdown and the time clock and all that. Caitlin Huey-Burns joins me now from Capitol Hill for the saga that simply never ends. Caitlin, great to see you. Thanks so much for filling in while I was gone in California, having a very nice time running on the beach and doing other odd things. We won't get into that, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're with us. I'm not going to ask you to describe the odds. We'll have a member of Congress do that momentarily. But just a general to-do list for Congress and where government funding will fit within all of that.
Hey, Major, it is great to have you back. I can attest that you have very large shoes under that desk, so it was an honor to be there. Glad you got some well-deserved time off. It feels like the first day of school up here, Major. All the lawmakers coming back, and they have actually a lot of homework to do. That government shutdown deadline is in fact looming. It's first day of school. Also feels very much like Groundhog Day because this is a scenario in which Congress continually puts itself in. They are supposed to pass a dozen appropriations bills every year. They rarely ever do that. They passed a couple this Congress, and they have many more to go. That's not going to happen by the end of this month. Spoiler alert. So they have to find a temporary stopgap measure, as they often do, and that's what we're looking at here. Now, Republicans control the House and the Senate, but they do so with a very slim margin. So on the Senate side, they're really going to need Democrats, 7 of them, to pass any sort of government funding bill. And as we've talked about before, Democrats are in the minority trying to figure out what to do. They want to use any leverage point that they think they have, and this is one of them. But as we remember from just a few months ago, because again, we were in this situation just a few months ago, Democrats ended up caving, as some of their supporters put it, to Republicans voting to not shut down the government over trying to, stretch this out. So, Major, I think this could come down to a staring contest and see who blinks first.
And there's other issues before Congress, the Epstein files, and there's a deadline, 30 days, for how long the president has to, in its own way, federalize the D.C. crime control situation. Congress will have to deal with that one way or the other.
That's right. These two big items. I mean, Republican leaders had hoped that the fervor over the Epstein files would die down while Congress was away on recess. That hasn't happened, thanks to a lot of Democrats who are trying to put this forward, but also a Republican, Thomas Massie, working with Ro Khanna to file or to work towards gathering enough signatures for a discharge position to force Speaker Johnson's hand to put a measure on the floor. They are working on that. As you mentioned, the president was able to go it alone deploying these National Guard troops, but now if he wants to extend that deadline, he'll need support from Congress. Could pass the House. There are no Senate Democrats that are going to support that.
Caitlin Huey-Burns, always a pleasure. Thank you so very, very much.